A7 is smaller and their refills are different, a tad too tall. When looking at my A7 versus my archive 6-ring binders, there's such a difference in their overall sizes. So at first glance, you can see that my A7 is smaller than my archive. So when it comes to the dimensions, the A7 binder on the left measures 4.13 inches in width by 5.8 inches in height, and my archive on the right measures 5.25 inches in width by about 7.1 inches in height. So looking at them with the A7 on top of the archive, you can see that the archive binder is taller, yet only a tad bit wider than the A7 binder, which is important for the refills. So for those, we're starting with the A7 ones, and these measure 3.15 inches in width by 4.92 inches in height. And the archive refills measure 4.25 inches in width by about 6.75 inches in height. So here you can see that just like the binder sizes, the archive refills are taller and a bit wider than the A7 ones. Also, the binder rings and the holes for each binder and their refills are different. So you want to be sure you're buying the right sizes for your specific 6-ring binder, because you don't want the refills to be too small, nor do you want them to be too large and unable to fit in your binder. And I also wanted to mention the sizes of the binder rings. So the A7 binder rings measure about 15 millimeters, which is 0.6 inches. And the archive has rings that measure about 19 millimeters or 0.75 inches. So the archive rings are a bit bigger than the A7 ones, which may allow you to add in more binder refills if need be. So when comparing the pricing, my A7 binder cost me $25.20. And it's a B-grade binder by A Bubble Crush that I got from Shop by Justine. And then my archive binder cost me $22.40, and it's by the brand Lucalab, and I got this one from Durunaru, and this cost also included this glitter PVC cover that I have on top. So remember, the price is going to vary, 1, based on your budget, 2, where you buy your 6-ring binder from, and 3, if you buy the binder by itself or with other accessories. So next up, we're going to compare the functionality. So when it comes to 6-ring binder sizes, I can say, like I almost always do in these comparison videos, that the A7 makes creating journal spreads quick, fun, and easy, since the refills are smaller, which means you have less space to fill depending on how you decorate your journal spreads. Not to confuse y'all, but I would also say that the archive size makes it easy to complete spreads too. However, since the refills are bigger, it may take a little more time than, say, if you were using the A7 binder. So you have to think about your journaling style and your reason for using a 6-ring binder, especially if it's not for something common like journaling. So I also wanted to mention how portable the A7 binder is, as it can fit in just about any size bag or purse. So if you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, y'all already know that I love to use this pink cross body bag as an example to show how the A7 fits perfectly in this bag, and the archive actually almost fits as well, but it's a tad too tall for this bag. So to be fair, I also wanted to use my Disney Princess backpack since it's bigger and it can show how both binders can fit comfortably in here. So keep in mind, if you plan on placing your 6-ring binder inside of your bag or your purse, you want to be sure it's big enough to hold them. You also want to look into the differences of the refill variety, since some options may or may not be available depending on the size binder that you want. So for example, since the A7 is more common, it'll be easier to find different refill options. So let's take Durunaru for example, since they have a great variety of A7 refills, especially if you like A Bubble Crush ones. They even have the ones I currently use in my A7 binder with a grid pattern and pastel colors. They also have some from Love Things that are pink and that have hearts on them. Salsa Roa also has Dreamy Lights pastel refills for the A7 binder. And they also have super cute 3D cloud refills by Coral Tree. And they have pastel ones from the brand A Piece of Things. Amazon also has some that are dotted or with a grid pattern that's similar to bullet journal paper. So for the archive size, I found finding refills to be a little bit more challenging. However, they do have some by the brand Lucalab with aesthetic photos, or even a vintage computer style with a grid pattern, or even refills that you can use to store your stickers, Durunaru also sells Lucalab ones that have those aesthetic photos with quotes on them. So some of my faves from this set are the sky and rainbow refills. Other archive refills that I found are pastel, or they have natural shades to them, or even gradient patterns or Care Bears themed. And they also have some that you can use as a refill cover page. So if you know of any other companies that sell archive refills, be sure to share them in the comments below. So when it comes to the binder variety, again, the A7 binder is going to have more options, such as the popular brand A Bubble Crush that's sold on Durunaru. So they have the Angelic Cupid diary in pink, blue, and white. They also have the folder binders. They have the Dreamy Lights pastel pouch binder and the pastel A7 macaron diary binder. Etsy also has different shops that sell them, especially if you're into budget binders. And Amazon sells some that have a pastel gradient look, or you can buy ones that have a plain pastel color or even clear ones. And for the archive binder, Durunaru has them by the brand Lucalab. So they have a Care Bears theme one that you can use for planning. They also have the composition style one like the one that I have. Also, you want to be sure that you're paying attention to the title of specific listings for 6-ring binders. So for example, let's look at the site Mochi Things. So they have a 6-ring binder that has the word archive in the title, but they're actually the A5 binder size, or even the color palette one that's called an archive diary set, but it's actually the A7 size. Just remember that some 6-ring binders may have archive in the title, but it's not actually referring to the size. So you want to be sure that you're actually checking the size of the listing to ensure that it's the right binder that you want. So when it comes to which 6-ring binder is better, it really just depends on your preference and your reason for using a 6-ring binder. If you guys don't know, I currently have 15 of them, so I clearly love all the different 6-ring binder sizes. So be sure to share with me if you prefer the A7 or the archive binder in the comments below. And if you guys want to see more of my 6-ring binder comparison videos, check out my pinned comment, and I'll see you in the next video, kittens. Adios.